My name is Kevin Quiroz. I'm from Queens, New York. My family's originally from Colombia. My parents came from Colombia right around the time where I was born. So I was born in America. Lived in a nice neighborhood at the time. And then when I was 8 years old, my father was arrested. And then it happened really quickly. My parents just vanished. So it was me and my two brothers at the time. Eventually we found out my parents were deported, and we stayed in the apartment until the marshals came and kicked us out. And after they kicked us out, we were kind of on the streets. So I would say in my teenage years, I got involved with the underground economy. I started selling marijuana and cocaine. So I dropped out of school at age 14. Then I got into gang activity. I guess with addiction, my first experience was with cocaine. And I used to sell the rocks, and I would consume all the powder, the substance in the bag. Just after 14 arrests, and I went to Rikers Island once for 30 days. It was about then I had my wake-up call. I went to Afghanistan for a year, from 2010 to 11. I realized how quick somebody could lose it. I've witnessed a lot of death. So I got out the Army when I was 22. So I got my bachelor's in human services because I wanted to help humans. That was the time when I was really focused in school, my transformation, you know, but at the same time, I had this habit of taking Percocets. I spent about 2 years of my life taking Percocets. I ran out of pills one day, and then those feelings start kicking in like within hours. I started shaking. I started feeling like I couldn't keep still. I couldn't sleep. You know, I've been through a lot of fights. I've been to war. I've lost everything. You know, I've slept on trains. I've slept in the park, but nothing, I would say, compares to the feelings of withdrawing. So now I have a whole new understanding of addiction, a whole new compassion towards people that are experiencing it. And then finally, I Googled, like, you know, treatments around the Bronx, and I found the Acacia Network. I felt like I was welcome. You know, I just filled out the paperwork, and then I sat down with Dr. Rosa. The first thing I noticed about him is that, you know, he's Latino. Once I met him, he really supported me in making a plan.
He does stand out simply because he is a perfect example of what's possible when a person is in recovery. You can basically sustain a recovery for a lifetime, and I believe that he probably will do so.
You know, I know that I could come here if I have any, you know, if I'm reaching a place where it's like, okay, I might relapse, you know, I could always just come see him. And that's happened before, you know, like I've relapsed many times in this process. What I do appreciate about the clinic is that the people that work there look like me, you know, and that's the very first thing that you notice. And a lot of the people that work there have experienced what I experienced. It's very difficult for somebody to stop opiate abuse and be homeless at the same time, you know? Like for me, the biggest triggers were my emotions, right? So every time I feel an emotion, I just need to get high, because when you get high, you don't feel pain. So once you start dealing with your emotions and through the support, then we can start focusing on the addiction. You know, I've contemplated suicide a lot of times. I would stand at the train tracks and just, you know, I just think about jumping sometimes, you know? Because sometimes the pain of my past really just holds me tight and it like tries to drag me. It's good to have at least a partner who I could express those emotions to and try to at least make me feel a little better. You know, I do have a girlfriend who's very supportive. She knows and holds me accountable. You know, I have 2 kids that give me inspiration. You know, my kids, I mean, although I can't really share with them what's going on, I feel great when they, you know, randomly hug me and say, I love you. That means the world to me, you know?
You know that over time and over the years, I've seen many young men and women go through these programs and succeed and some fail. Every once in a while, you get somebody who comes on and does really unique and special. And I want to congratulate Kevin Quiroz for the great work that he's done to get himself to a place where he now has changed the odds. He's now in the saving lives. He saved his own life, now he's saving other lives. Congratulations, Kevin. Great job.
I have a job, but I have the vision, you know, so I always just make sure that everything I do is aligned with that vision. Consistency, patience, vision, education. Education to me is liberation. Without it, I wouldn't be here. It's saved me. And even now, battling addiction, you know, it's a long process. I'm not here to tell you that success is, you know, you being a millionaire or me being a CEO. You know, I think success is just being in a place where you find peace.